Well, after almost a full year of waiting, the process has finally begun of tearing down my old shop. So we spent the last week or so clearing all of the stuff out of the shop, getting everything off of it that we needed and wanted to keep, getting it pretty well emptied out. We got all of the cars moved, the trucks moved, the trailers moved, and got my attached 2-car garage set up as a temporary workshop for us to work out of while we're in the process of tearing down and rebuilding the shop. So it's time for teardown to begin so we can build a new one. So there's a long backstory on this as to what led us to this point. This wasn't the original intention. When I originally bought this house a year ago, my plan from the jump was to close in this shop and have it as just a fully enclosed workshop. And that spiraled into complications with permitting and all sorts of stuff that led us down the road to deciding that it was just going to be easier to tear it down and build a whole new shop. Now, I know that might sound crazy, and from the outside looking in, I wouldn't really understand it either, but I did explain everything in detail as far as the why in another video, which I'll link below, too lengthy to go into now. But point is, we've been waiting months and months and months for the material to come in for the new shop to go up, and the time has finally come. We have a scheduled date for next month, so we need to get this shop out of the way so the new shop can go up. So the first thing we did was strip all the stuff of value out of it, the lights, the wiring. We pulled all the power out going to the shop, so it's essentially dead electrically, and started stripping it down piece by piece. We are literally going to be deconstructing this thing. So the first step was to strip all the metal off of it so we can save that for another project. All right, here's where we're at. She's naked. What's left? Roof panels, and wow, it's so weird to see it barren like this. So we are saving a lot of the material. I'm gonna use some to build a lean-to off the back here. Once the new shop's done, you know, give it a little time, then build a lean-to off the back here. Ideally, I'd like to put a container here and build to the container. So we're saving the material. It'll get rehomed or it'll get used here, either way. But she's naked. Not bad for what, 4 hours? 3 hours?
Not even.
Oh, it's so weird. I can't get over how weird it looks. Oh, all right. All right, next step is going to be pulling the roof panels off. Probably one of the more difficult projects on the list. Roof is pretty much off this side. Finishing clearing out the insulation. Got 2 or 3 more panels there. I'm piling up all this insulation that's on the ends here. That was all falling down because he's taking the boards down from underneath because these are screwed in, of course, from the bottom. So he's just been getting a face full of insulation whenever he gets to these corners. So I'm trying to pile all this up, toss it down there so it doesn't fall on his face. But yeah, this thing feels a little wobbly now with the panels off it. It's interesting. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk it? So we're moving right along. All right, roof is officially off. Just getting the last bits of insulation down now. Got them all rolled up. Luckily, they all stayed together pretty well. They didn't, like, the backing didn't fall apart as we tried to roll them. So we just got to cut the bottom. If you try to flip it past that, it just strings it out like a banner. He's getting the rest of the drop ceiling down. Most of the way down. I think he's got one side left, and we still got these plywood walk boards here. And then yeah, I don't know what their plan is for the trusses, but I know they got a plan. There's a lot of trusses. Is this not a normal amount of trusses? It seems like a lot.
It's a lot. 2 feet on centers. That's a lot for this building. You want a conventional home.
With the roof off and all of the side paneling off, it was pretty much down to a bare skeleton at this point. All we had left to remove to get it to a full skeleton was the drop ceiling on the inside. Oh, let me just go inside real quick. All right, well, here's what it looks like after day 1 of teardown. It's really crazy to look at it like this because it's just a full-on skeleton. Just all the wood and the framing is left. But all of the metal's off, all of the insulation's gone. They got all the soffits down. That was a bit of a struggle. So tomorrow they're gonna start taking the trusses down. That'll probably be the biggest project. And then once all the trusses are down, just taking the walls down will be easy. I mean, we can just freaking lift them up, drop them down, and then she's done. So hopefully by the end of tomorrow, this thing is done and dusted. It is already really cool to see. You know, there's still a wall here, but it feels so much bigger without that being closed off. I get to see a glimpse of what it's going to be like to have just a one big room shop instead of this 2-room deal I've been dealing with. So, man, on nice days like this, I'd just leave this thing like this. This is all I need out of a shop. The weather's so perfect. But yeah, anyway, we're going to try to leave the lift up, see how that goes. But like I said, hopefully by the end of tomorrow, she'll be down for good, because the new shop building people need to come inspect the foundation and make sure everything's good for them to put the new shop up. I want that to happen after the shop's down, so they're not worried that we're not going to get it done in time or whatever. So hopefully we can get it down. They can come check that out and we're ready to go. So, whew. See you guys in the morning. We'll get back at it. So Lee and his crew showed up bright and early every morning for this. And the first step was getting these trusses down, as I said. And this was definitely the hardest part of the whole thing, because we were saving them. We weren't just ripping them down and destroying them. They were getting saved for another project. And the saving of the materials definitely made me feel a lot better about the whole thing, because especially once you see this thing with the metal off it, you realize, you know, it was really well built for the most part. Now, the previous owner of this house, who built the house and the shop, from what I understand, did the shop kind of out of just what he could find. That's why it had slat windows and stuff like that. But the thing was pretty well built. So the fact that at least the material could go to another project definitely made this whole ordeal easier to swallow. At the end of the day, I'm happy we're doing it this way. We're going to get a lot more out of the new shop, being able to start from scratch and build the whole thing out the way we want from the beginning. But it definitely is a hard pill to swallow, to tear down what really is a perfectly good shop. So again, at least the material was going somewhere. But the fact that the material was going somewhere meant it was a lot more work to take it apart. We couldn't just crash the thing down. We had to literally deconstruct it. Just basically reverse process of what we would do if we were building it. Look at that. Like some damn professionals or something. right, here's where we're at. 2/3 of the trusses are down. Oh, we're getting there. So weird to have this wall down finally. Can actually see the real size of this place. Definitely looks bigger. I don't know, kind of looks smaller at the same time. So we've got these last three. Old Jim got scared. They didn't want to stay up there while we pulled those down. I don't understand why. We're gonna get those down. I got all of these anchors unscrewed. So hopefully these will just come off. You know, the walls will lift off the anchors without ripping them out. I got to get some more of these poles, but the bolts are all coming out, surprisingly enough. It's a big boy. How many of those do you think we found so far?
Hundreds. Yeah. That little?
Yeah, we're tearing this down just to clear the spiders out, and then we're gonna put it back together.
Pest control at its best.
Very thorough. First wall is off. Well, second first wall. Inside wall doesn't count.
Perfect. Not bad.
Crazy to see this place down. Building down. All right, well, it's done. Trusses are all loaded up. Looks like a lot more when you see them in a big stack. And there is no shop. I will say it kind of sucks. I got to put a building here. It's so nice and open out here without a building, especially with the sun down and all the shade. But man, real weird to see this. Wow. Still taking time to process. It's gone. She's gone. So I got to cut these studs out easy enough. They're gonna come back tomorrow, finish breaking this stuff up. I'm gonna run the dump trailer over for them, so that'll be empty tomorrow. But that's pretty much it. Goodbye, old shop. You won't be missed. Maybe a little bit.
Dude, the black on black looks good.
All right, well, I got that dump trailer load dumped over at Dennis's. He's gonna save some of the stuff out of there and the stuff he can't burn and just burn all the wood on his burn pile. Lee came back and got the rest of the wood loaded up in the dump trailer. He's just gotta come pick it up. And yeah, with that, we're pretty well done. There's a few things I need to do, like cutting out these anchors, like I said. I need to decide what I'm gonna do here with this plumbing bathroom section. I need to see if this has water from the well or not. I'm really not sure. I haven't really messed with any of this since I've been here. So we'll have to kind of dig into that, figure that out. Again, cut all the anchors. I'm hoping I can leave the lift up. It would just make life a lot easier than to take it down and store it because this is where it's gonna go. So we'll see what the new contractors say when they see the pictures and come check out the slab. Hopefully they give us the A-OK once they come here and look at it themselves. I would hope so, you know, like it's got a big footer on it. It's 6 inches thick all the way out here in the middle. Like I would think they put these things up on dirt and asphalt millings. I would think we'll be okay. But once the building's up, it is going to be a huge sigh of relief. Having the building down was definitely a big part of that. That was a big weight lifted off my shoulders because I was worried that, you know, issues would arise or we wouldn't get it done in time or just something would happen. So to have at least that part done, which is half the battle, feels good. As much as it feels weird to have my building gone, it feels good because it's a step in the right direction. So hopefully they come look at the slab, everything's A-OK, and they move forward with putting the building up here in a few weeks. So in the meantime, we got plenty of stuff to work on in the garage, plenty of projects. As much as I enjoy the shop stuff and the garage stuff almost more than the car stuff, I am excited to enjoy the fruits of my labor and get to work out of the garage that I put so much time into setting up. So should be fun. And then we'll be back at the shop, hopefully. Hopefully they get this thing up quick and we can start finishing her out. So until then, plenty more stuff to work on, plenty more projects, plenty more on the to-do list. I hope to see you guys for all of it, but for now, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, goodbye.